Hello friends, Abhishek, welcome you on my YouTube channel. So this is a video after a very long time. So I will try to make one video and compile everything into one. So please, I'm making video for a long time, so please bear with me. I may pronounce something as wrong. Okay. So firstly, you can subscribe my channel by clicking this Telegram link here, which will open this link, and there are around 816 members. You can join here. I will share of some of the calls and the levels if possible. Rather than you will also get all the levels in this strategy, and any confusion you can definitely message me in Telegram on this link here, so that you can ask me if you have any confusion. So now let's start about the strategy. So firstly, the prerequisite of strategy. Firstly, I will try to eliminate this noise in the market. As you can see, this is a daily Nifty 50 chart, and this strategy, as you have seen by the thumbnail, it works on intraday, positional, investment, and as well as options scalping. So I will tell you how does it works. First let's see the setup of the strategy. Okay, so as you can see, this is the normal candlestick pattern. First we will try to eliminate the noise, and how do we eliminate the noise? We will choose the Heikin-Ashi pattern. Just bear with me. I know the Heikin-Ashi gives the signals a bit late, but it will give a true signals, and I've also analyzed how the intraday chart works on equity as well as in options. So as you can see, this is the Nifty 50, and now I have converted it to the Heikin-Ashi chart. Now let's plot the two indicators. Firstly, all the indicators, like all the strategies given on the YouTube. Okay, best indicator trading, indicator for options trading. Okay, see, these are all the strategies given on the YouTube. They have around 20k views, 23k views. This never happens. Magic Trade never lose. You cannot, just you can't. This is not possible. Okay, if something is impossible, this is it. Okay, so you have to, if you are trading with the right mindset, if you are following the indicator signal, you might not lose big, but you will definitely lose. So firstly, I will see and I will check you and I will verify everything that I'm showing in the strategy and how does it work. So now let's do the strategy setup. Firstly, let's remove this, go back to the channel. Yeah, so the strategy setup is, firstly I will add one indicator, super trend, by which we will take an entry. So as you can see, the super trend has already plotted in the 7 and 3. We will not use this because that is useless totally. So we will use 2 period and multiply as at 0.7. Okay, once I have done this, see, now I've got my trends, and this is the fastest that I can find for you, because this will give a good signals, and this will also eliminate the in between noise. Okay, if I will use a much faster, then this will give us also signal a buy here or a sell here from here itself, and it will give us a false signal here, and it will also give us sell here. So I have used the maximum available or the most accurate, so it will try to help you. Now this is the entry. Now how we will exit. For exit, we will find the, sorry, just a moment, just replotting it again. I just mistakenly removed it. 2 and 0.7. Okay, so I've already plotted it, and now let's plot the exit. So for the exit, we will, as you can see, ATR trailing stop loss. So we will only exit when a stop loss gets hit. So now, as you can see, the ATR trailing stop loss has been plotted. We will just go and modify the ATR trailing stop loss. As you can see, it has plotted at 21 and 3. We will just decrease the 3 from 1. Okay, and we will use the point wave as square wave. Okay, now, so as you can see, the entry and the exits have been plotted. Now how we will take the entry and the exits. Now let's start first for the intraday time frame, then I will go for the swing trading, then I will go for the positional trading, and then I will go for the investment, and at the last we will cover the intraday optional scalping. Okay, so firstly, if the trend is coming from the previous day in the Nifty 50, don't take it, because in the Nifty 50 you have to go for the options. So I will tell you how to take a trade. So as you can see, this super trend is for entry. I've already told you. Now firstly, you have got a very lucky opportunity. This is a conflicting case. Why this is a conflicting case? Firstly, the super trend came a sell here, but the ATR is positive. I don't care whatever the ATR is saying, I will take a trade based on the super trend. But as you can see in the live market, this candle is still forming. All the strategies that I have been seeing, they just give the strategy and random, and they don't tell you what's going to happen in the market with you when are you going to bleed or are you going to survive. They just don't tell that. For me, I'm telling you because I have seen the trades, I've seen all the strategies that don't work, and I've seen the strategies that worked, and I'm trying to get the best out of it. So firstly, this candlestick is forming in the live market. This is yet not formed. Okay, so once this candlestick has formed, we will not take trade on this candlestick. We will let it form completely. We will take the trade on the next candlestick, and just we will take the trade blindly. Okay, so firstly, for a better accuracy, I will advise you, as per my experience, take a trade on the closing price of this Heikin-Ashi candle. Like you have got the arrows of a sell here. So if you are going to take a trade on the next candle, try to set a order at the closing price of this candle. That is around 1611614. So if I am shorting a future here, so I will short at around 11614. That is the closing price of this candlestick. Okay, and now, as I have told you, as it's already a conflicting case, so as you can see, this is the ATS trailing stop loss is green. I don't care, I have taken a short here. So now, what will be my stop loss? If the ATR remains in green, what will be my stop loss? The stop loss will be the high of the Heikin-Ashi candle. That is, I sold at 11614 and the stop loss is 11624. That is, as you can see, the high and low are given here. So 11624 is my stop loss. Once this comes here and my trailing stop loss goes into red, now my stop loss will change and I will start following the trailing stop loss. The strategy will seems to be a bit complicated in the beginning, but as soon as you practice it, as soon as you get into your hand, you will learn and you will start to go with more and more accuracy. So as you can see, firstly the stop loss trailing, I entered at 11614, it went down. Okay, I will only exit when my either the trailing stop loss with the ATR gets hit or my super trends gets changed, because sometime what happens, the super trend gets changed first and the ATR hits later. Super trend gets changed first, I will exit. ATR gets changed first, retake ATR gets hit, I will exit. So at this particular point, I just modified my ATR to 11615. So at this point, you just know I just lost 1 rupee in the futures trading. And if I am buying a 75 lot, 75 is the size lot in the futures, so I just lost 75 rupees. I just lost it. So now again, so this is a SAR. So what is a SAR? SAR is stop loss and reversal trade. As soon as my stop loss got hit, I got a buy signal here, and as I told you, the super trend is for buy. I took an entry here in the futures. If I'm trading in the Nifty 50 futures, I took an entry in the next candle. That is, I took an entry at 10:35. Sorry, as you can see, the timings is given below. 10:35, I took an entry, and the closing price of this candle is 11621. The closing price is given here, high and low. 11621, I took an entry. So as you can see, at this particular point, the ATR is still in red. So what will be my stop loss? My stop loss will be the low of this candle, that is 11606. I took an entry at 11606. Okay, now it starts to move. So my stop loss remains constant, that is 11606. That is how the ATR is plotted. The low of this candlestick remains the ATR for some time until the price starts moving. Price starts moving up, up, up. My ATR starts to shift up. Once my ATR comes here, as you can see, I have the price has gone too much up, and I can either book profit, and it's like 11647. I took an entry at 11621, and the price has now reached a high of 11647. I can book a profit, or I can just modify my stop loss to 11627 or 11625 for a bigger move. That is completely your greed, but I don't do that. I just wait for the either for the trend to change or my stop loss of ATR to get hit. My stop loss of ATR gets hit at 11660. So I fetched a 39 points. Very brilliant move. Okay, now again I will take a sell trade here. Okay, once my super trend has given the sell trade. So this is the intraday setup. I think you have understood it. I will again explain this trade for the last trade, and then I will move on to the further setups, else the video might get a bit longer. So once the super trade has given a sell here, I will take a sell in the second candle. I took a sell at the closing price of this candle, that is the Heikin-Ashi candle, that is 11659. I took a sell trade. Okay, and my ATR trailing stop is, so if firstly now as this particular point, as you can see, the ATR trailing stop loss has changed, so I will keep my ATR trailing stop loss as 11673 only. I will not keep now at the Heikin-Ashi candlestick. If the ATR has changed, I will keep it as ATR only, because I will, for the stop loss, I will give ATR first priority. Okay, if it has not changed, then I will give the super trend as the first priority, because first, as it has changed now, so I will keep my stop loss as 11673. Now it starts to fall. 1, 2, 3, 4, it keeps on falling. My ATR has come to 11642. So I entered at 11659 and I booked at 11642. That is maybe approximately 17 points profit. If you haven't booked here, no problem. I don't book, I don't do that. I mostly don't book at the lows. There might be a chance that this trend could have continued for the downside. You could have booked here. There might be a possible, so I did booked here. No problem. You can book. It's totally your greed. But I book at 11642. That is 70 points profit I got and I exited. So this is how the trade works. And SAR, my stop loss hits. I exit. I again took a reversal trade, and this was the entry at 11645. That is the closing price of this candlestick, and I took the entry on the next candlestick. See, I'm not doing anything fake in front of you. I'm telling you what's going to happen in the live market, and I will also tell you where you will lose, where you will get frustrated. Just bear with me and stay with me. So I took a trade here. it went on the upside, my ATR stop loss keeps on getting up with me. So that was, if I will tell you with the Bank Nifty was having a very good move, so I will not share with the Bank Nifty because the trending market, all the indicator works. In chopping markets, all the indicator fail. Remember this always. So now, how to trade in? Firstly, let's trade in equity intraday. So I've traded a first of the few stocks I've selected for myself so that I can give you an overview of how the market works. So as you can see, at this particular point, I got a sell trade here. Okay, at firstly the ATR trailing stop loss was buy here, so I just kept a stop loss at this particular point. It went on the low, went on the upside, but couldn't close on the upside. I can exit if you want. I can exit, no problem. Okay, so I made a profit. Let's say I entered at somewhere at around 538, because as you can see 538.91 is the closing price. So I entered 538.91 and I exited at 541. That is around 1 or 2 rupees. Even if I exited at 541, even if that's 1 or 2 rupees, so I exited with minus 2 rupees loss. Okay, no problem. It went on the lower end, many people would not have exited, no problem. Firstly, as I've been trading for a long time, I do prefer a closing above it as the ATR, because ATR might act as a resistance for the upside, for the price going for the upside if it's trying to take a reversal. It went on the lower end. I couldn't book here. It was too fast move, because these things can happen. These will happen in the live market. The moment you took a trade, it went on the lower end and it reversed. So you will think, I couldn't book the trade. What will happen? No problem. If it comes to ATR, you can exit. You can, if you can take a little bit of risk, you can wait for it to close above the ATR if the ATR changes, because if the ATR will change, super trend will automatically change. So super trend did not change, ATR did not change, it did not close above the ATR, it went on the lower end. If you booked at minus 2 rupees here, no problem. It went on the lower end, you could have booked 2 rupees here also, no problem. So minus 2 my first trade. Let's assume I'm a new trader and I booked at minus 2. Okay, no problem, my first trade goes at minus 2. Okay, now I take a trade here because super trend says me, okay Abhishek, go into a buy at this particular stage. I went into a buy here. My trailing stop loss was the Hikinashi candle, that is around, I entered at around 538.76. As you can see, the closing price of this candle, I entered at around 538.76, and my closing and my stop loss was the low of this Hikinashi candle, that is 537.55. 538.76, and see the move. Just see the move. It went on the upside. My trailing stop loss got hit at 550. Okay, 550.80. My stop loss got hit. I entered at 538. My stop loss got hit at 550.80. So I got a 12-point decent move. Okay, it went on the upside and it gave me a good profit. Again, I took a sell trade here. No problem. I took a sell trade here. I took a sell trade on this candlestick. As you can see, the ATR is red here. So my ATR stop loss gets set here. So what is my closing? So I'm just verifying everything in front of you so that you don't have a confusion. So this is a trending market. Okay. So as you can see, the closing price here is 549.29. Okay, and the ATR is 551.34. Okay, so 549.29, 551.34, so minus 2 rupees, my stop loss gets hit, no problem. I have already made it 11 point or 12 rupees, my 2 rupees stop loss is no problem. I again took a buy trade here. This was the first buy trade and my stop loss was the Hikinashi candle's low. As the ATR has not changed here, my stop loss is this. ATR is not the average to range, it is the ATR trailing stop loss that I am saying. Please do not get confused with the average to range. Okay, so as you can see, the ATR has not changed here, so this is my stop loss. I took an entry at 551.39, as which is the closing price of this candle, and 550.45 is my stop loss. It went on the upside, my ATR trailing stop loss got hit at 559. I got a 9 points decent move. Again took a sell trade and it went on the downside. So what, this is a trending market. I lose 2 rupees here even if I was an experienced trader. I have been trading for a couple of days, a couple of months, or maybe 6 to 5 months. I know if it closes, let's see, I assumed I book a 1 or 2 rupees here. Okay, 1 rupees. I'm not saying that I book 10 rupees here and my stop loss couldn't got hit. My stop loss could have got hit at a case scenario. So I booked, let's say, around 1 rupees, then I booked 11 rupees, then I lost 2 rupees, then I again booked 9 rupees, and then I again booked 3 to 4 rupees. So let me show you. So this is for the intraday. This is for the Sun Pharma. All the timings that I have told you is mentioned. See, first trade is 10. So the timing that I have mentioned, I got at 9:55 the signal and I took a trade at 10. As you can see, I'm not saying that I took a trade at 9:55. I took a trade at 10 a.m. only. Okay, so I got 1.4 rupees, and then in the next trade, as you can see, I got 11 rupees here. In the third trade, as you can see, I lost 2.8 rupees approximately. At 2.8 I lost and I'm happy with the losses, no problem. In the third trade, I again win, that is I win around 7.6 rupees. All that I have kept is as true as possible so that whatever happens with you in the market. This is a trending move. So what I made in the Sun Pharma that day was 22.4 rupees, and that is the latest day, that is the 28th of August. Okay, now what happens if the stock is choppy? You don't know the stock is going to be choppy, you don't know the stock is going to be trending, whatever can happen. Now let's go on a choppy stock. So I've sorted out both for you. So this is a choppy stock. Oh, apologies. Okay, I think the kite has refreshed. Just give me a moment. Okay. Okay, so I will also tell you, I apologize seriously for this issue. Okay, so now going for the Voltas. So I have sorted this choppy stock so that what you will face in the market will tell you. Okay, so this was the trade. Okay, so this is a choppy stock and it's going to hit you hard in the face. Start. Okay, so now let's start. Took a trade here. This was my entry point. No problem. I got exited at here. See, minus 1.25 rupees I exited. First trade. Then I took a trade here. It went on the upside and with 0.40 paisa I exited. And because the closing price is 66.4 and the entry price is 665.91, around 40 paisa profit I exited. Very low. Okay. Then sell trade, which was given at 11.20. Really? When it came 11.15, the sell trend came in the super trend. 11.20 I took a trade. It gave me a 3 rupees only because I exited at this particular point and I entered at around 666.40 and I exited at 662.77. I apologize. So I exited at the 3.6 rupees. As you can see, this is my exit and I exited at 3.6 rupees profit. Next, I again lose here. I again lose here. I again lose here. I again lose here. So you can go and check and verify. I will not try to keep the video much longer. I again lost here, and in the last, I win around 1 rupees in the last trade. That was this trade. In the sell trade, I bought 1 rupees and I win. So even if I followed everything strictly, see my profit in the end, that is 65 paisa. Okay, just 65 paisa. The market was very choppy. This is the case of a choppy stock. If the stock is choppy, it will give one decent move, definitely. Even if the market is choppy the whole day, it will give one decent move. And even if you, let's say you got a one decent move at this particular point, you just recovered, you can exit, no problem. I am happy with my move, and my first trade got into stop loss and everything. It's your mood, you can exit. Now let's go for the swing trading. Swing trading time frame, as I use the strategy, 5 time frames, one strategy. Okay, just shift it to 1 hour. Okay, simple trading. As you can see, what I have told you, 1 hourly comes here. If its ATR is in sell mode still, just take the Hikinashi candle low as the stop loss and go in with the trade. As you can see, you went in with the trade. Now you will only exit when the super trend changes, so I exited here. Okay, I can take a trade here. Definitely I took a trade on the sell side. And what is my stop loss? Because the ATR trailing stop is still in green, my stop loss is the high of this candlestick. I took an entry at 641, my stop loss is 644. It got hit in the second hour and I was stopped out. No problem, but my stop loss was just 3 rupees. I got somewhere a bunch of rupees from 626 till 644. I got a decent move. 626, 4 rupees here, 4 rupees here, that is 8 rupees plus 10, and that I got 18 rupees profit here. So I lost 3 rupees, 4 rupees, no problem. I again took a trade. It went on the upside, went on the upside. See, super trend did not change, ATR did not change. I got a decent move. So this was the trading. Now one, I have thought of options, I don't know that much, but this is for the swing trading. If you are trading in the equity, that is for the, because in the swing trading the trend mostly goes on for a longer time. So I took a sell here. Okay, now I can exit at this particular point, so I took a sell at the closing price, that is at the next candle, that is at 665. As you can see, the closing price of this candle is 665. I took a trend here. I exited at 667, minus 2 rupees, no problem. I took a trade here again. Again, if I lost minus 2 rupees, no problem. But when the move will come, it will give you a good move. As you can see, a move comes here. I entered at 657 and it went on to the lower end. See, the ATR is not changing. Super trend, if I might have booked here, no problem. I booked at 659. So even if you will face a loss, I'm guaranteeing you the loss will be very, 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 very small. I can guarantee you this. Okay, so this was the swing trading setup. Now I will tell you the positional trading setup that you can take for the longer time frame. Just in the time frame to the daily chart. As you can see, this is the daily chart. Take a trade when the trade comes. If the ATR is still in green, just take the Heikin-Ashi high as the stop loss and just go into the trade. As you can see, this is the move, and you can, the target is yours. Okay, if you want the target, I forgot, if you want the target, the first target should be the Heikin-Ashi difference, the high and low. See the 590 plus and 590 and 603, that is 13 points. So I entered at somewhere at around 596 plus 13 points. I got 617, decent move. Okay, so if you are wanting that I should also give you a target, this is your target. The difference between the high and low of the Heikin-Ashi candlestick will give you your target, the point where you should book 50% or 80% of the quantities. I got a sell trade here, no problem. High was my stop loss out. Entered here by, see the move. See the decent move. I entered at around 607. What is the closing price? 607.74. I entered, let's say, around 608, and this is, it went till 682. That is around 72 points. Nice. So now everything is done for investments. Yeah, let's go back to investments. Go with the weekly chart simply. Okay, if the investments you want to go, this is the weekly chart you are going to use, so that it will help you. Now how you are going to use the weekly chart, same. If you want to short futures here, so that you can not short in the positional, you can only short in the futures. If you want to short futures, you can go with this here. If you want to go for investments, you can go with this here. So as you can see, it went from the April, I entered at around 429, okay, in the Sun Pharma, and it gave me 564 this week. Let's say Cipla. Let's see what's okay. Cipla, what a nice move. What a small candle. Good. And see, and I entered at 432 approximately. That is 431. 435 when I entered, it went to 800. Seriously, it just got doubled itself. Okay. So this was the trade for the investment purposes. The time frame for investment is weekly. For positional, it's daily. For swing, it's hourly, and for intraday, it's 5 minutes. Now I've discussed all the time frame. Now going to the option scalping. So option scalping is mostly done on the basis of the Nifty 50 chart. What you will do, we'll just open the intraday chart. So you don't have to do anything. I am giving you a better view how to trade. Okay, so you cannot look also at the Nifty 50 chart and also at the option chart. Once the market opens, let the 5 minutes candle first formed, and once the 5 minute candle first formed, let's see, it's formed at around 600, 11,600. Just add the next call and the next put. So it was a Friday, so I just added 700 call and I added the 600 put, or the, I could have also added, just a moment, why it's logging in again and again. I apologize, this issue has to arise when I'm making a video. Nice one. Okay, so let's see how does it works. If it opens, I hope it will. Going into 5 minutes. So as you can see, I've told you that whatever is the Nifty 50 on that day, if any day it's open, let the first candle get formed. It is 606. I added on the upper side call and on the lower side put. That is the recent or the lowest put and the lowest call. Okay, the next one to lowest put. I will also make a strategy on how to choose a strike price. Just hold on. I'm making the first video. Okay, so I bought a, and now I don't have to look at the Nifty 50 chart. I will just ignore it. Nifty 50 who is, I don't know. I will go into the options. Okay, so let me wait for a trade. Okay, I don't have the capability to sell, so I will only buy. What do? I buy here. This is, as you can see, the same strategy, same phenomena, 5 minutes chart. I bought here at this particular point. I entered at, sorry, it's showing at 11621. It is a 700 CE, man. Wait, showing at 11621. Oh, okay, yeah, it got refreshed. I am sorry. So it was already showing at 11621. So as you can see, this was the buy trade, and if the trade is coming from the previous trade, don't take it in the options, because options face a decay. Okay, I cannot sell because I don't have the ability to sell because they require huge margin. So I entered into buy here. What is my stop loss? My stop loss will be, I entered into buy at around closing price is 48. My stop loss is around 45 or 44, and see the move. It went till 85. Okay, good moves. Okay, I cannot sell. I will go and look into put also. So I'm not seeing the Nifty 50 chart at this moment. I'm just using this. So where I exited, I entered at around 48. I exited at the 73. Why exited at 73? Because my trading stop loss got hit at 73 and I got the first red candle at 73. The Hikinashi, the most prominent Hikinashi is the candles are getting in green, means the trend is still strong. If you get a two consecutive red candle, means the trend is started to get a weak. Okay, so as you can see, two consecutive green candle, trend starts to get a weak. So this was a tip that I kept for the last. Okay, now I bought at this particular candle, that is the 63 I bought. Okay, so the low is 58, so around 5 points is my stop loss. See, even 5 minutes chart, the stop loss is just 5 or 6 rupees. It's coming. It went on to 70, no problem. I did not book. I booked at super trend. When the super trend changes, I booked, no problem. Okay, so I again took a trade here. It went on the upside. I did not book. It did not hit my trailing stop loss also. As you can see, the trailing stop loss has already changed. So this is a sell trade. I cannot take a sell trade. Okay, I took a buy trade here. It went on the upside. If I did not booked here, I could have exited when the super trend hits the low. So that was the call side. Now I will also explain the put side. Just a moment. Okay, so this is the put side. As you can see, I entered into buy trade here. That is at I entered at around, let's see what is the closing price, is 87, and as you can see the ATR is still in sell mode. What is my stop loss? The low of the Hikinashi candle, that is at 84, and I went on to high. It went till 96. I entered at 87. If I want to book, I book. If I don't want to book, I can exit. My stop loss at this, my stop loss is 87. See, at this particular point, that is at 1025 candle, my stop loss of the ATR has changed into green, and now my stop loss is showing 87. So I exited at no profit, no loss, no problem. I went on the lower end. Okay, and then I took a buy trade here. Buy trade here means, see, the ATR is still in sell mode. What is my stop loss? Firstly, what is my entry? This candlestick I'm telling 1230, I will take an entry at 1235, but I will took an entry based on a 1230 Hikinashi candlestick close. So that is 74.51. Close is written here, high and low. 74.5 when I took an entry. The stop loss was 72.6 or 72. It went on the upside, went on the upside, went on the upside. Now the AT has given me a 76 stop loss. If I want to book here at 86, I can book at 86 because I entered at 74, and I know, I've been trading for the past 3.5 years for in the options. I know that I can book a decent move here. So I booked a decent move in the Nifty 50 options. Okay, so I got around 14 points and I exited. So that was the whole strategy video. I know the video has been a bit long and it's long use of 27 minutes, but I had to explain everything. I also had to explain the choppy market, the market where you will get frustrated, the market which will give you happiness. Do not go gentle into that silent night. Just wait for the price to move. Just wait for the trend to come. Even if you take a late entry, it's what a saying in Hindi, der hai durust hai. So I hope you will do all the best with this strategy. Thank you everyone.